What makes Mission Impossible fans so special?
They love movies. You know, they want to see it on the big screen. They love the stories that we have, and yeah, it's just very, very elegant night here tonight too. Everyone looks lovely, great outfit.
Thank you very much. I put my mom wardrobe aside for tonight.
That's awesome. You crushed it.
This press tour has taken you around the world and back. The movie was intense to watch. I can imagine it was intense to film. Serious question, what does a day off look like for Tom Cruise?
You know, I'll go climb a cliff and jump off it. When I have a day off, it's like, this is what I do. You know, I'm usually training, or I'll go speed flying, you know, in a parachute, or go get my airplane that I haven't been able to fly and do some aerobatics, you know.
This is you. This is just
me.
you. Yeah.
This is just me. I look at buildings, I'm like, I could climb that, you know. I could climb that. That'd be fun. I could jump off that, you know. And we're always working on the next movie. I'm always thinking about the next film and the next adventures that we have, and it's a real privilege to be here.
Can we have a Canadian connection in one of those future projects, please?
Hey, you know, I lived in Canada. I lived in Ottawa. You know, I spent time, you know, making movies in Toronto and Vancouver, and yeah, it's really nice.
Fans are not going to want to let go of this franchise. I don't want to let go. How are you going to give the people what they want, Tom?
You just got to go see the movie. You got to see the movie.
What's harder, filming this or surviving the press tour?
Definitely filming. I mean, this is nice. This is coming out and being lavished with praise and affection. That's good. Yeah, I would take filming over this though any day.
I can imagine, especially after getting to talk to some of the cast and Tom tonight in person. I mean, you've spent 2 decades almost with this franchise. We know Tom, the movie star, but you've gotten to know him as a friend. What do you think would surprise people most about Tom when the cameras aren't rolling?
That he's goofy. You know, he's kind of, he likes to mess around. You know, when time's on our side on set, he gets this little glint in his eye. I can always tell when things are going to go south, because he just gets this little glint, and I know there's going to be some messing around. He forever has done this thing where we're doing coverage, and when the shot is over him onto me, so there's a little bit of his shoulder in the shot, he'll move so that the camera blocks me completely. It's become this running joke of just trying to remove me from the film. He's threatened.
You can't get rid of Benji. It's not possible.
He's threatened by my charisma is what it is.
Tom Cruise, there's only one Simon Pegg. I'm very sorry to tell you. People don't want to let go of this franchise. If you could, you know, manifest what the future holds, what would you love to see?
I mean, quite honestly, I'm not sure where we could possibly go after this. I don't know how much more of a risk Tom could take. I don't know how much more he could put his life in danger. I mean, I think it's good that we stop, because if we don't, he's going to die.
We don't want that.
No. So, I don't know. It'd be nice to see it get back to a smaller kind of, you know, a little bit more like the first one, something a little less global. I don't know. But how do you do that?
Less global, but can you come to Canada, please? I mean, this franchise has gone so far and done stunts all over the world. You got to come to Canada, please.
We did shoot the vast majority of Ghost Protocol in Vancouver. Anytime you see inside the Burj Khalifa, not when he's on the outside, that was in Vancouver.
I'll take that as a half win, but I want it to be proudly Canadian.
Set in Canada, yeah. Like a sort of car chase on the road to Squamish.
Yes, that's what I want.
It's epic. It's like this kind of wild adventure, half a decade of my working life. And seeing it though, it's like the fact that the film exists is like a collage of my time with them. It's so nice to have that. We'll always have this movie, but it's now ready for the audiences. It's for them now.
It is, and I've been an audience member. It is such a wonderful, wonderful ride. You know, looking back on your experience, what will you relish most?
The friendship. Watching Tom Cruise every day turn up so dedicated and committed and kind. And he knows that success is about bringing everyone with you. I think that's one of the reasons why he's been working as long as he's been working. He knows what it means that leadership is really about service. I felt that. I felt that every day. I felt very safe. And also the importance of being able to have fun. So it's friendship for me.
We have to talk about skydiving and jumping out of things. The Vogue Philippines cover is so good. Talk to me about what that shoot day was like.
Oh my God, it was amazing. So of course we did a fashion shoot in a studio, and then another day we did the skydiving shoot. So it was like a really reduced crew. It was basically me, Craig O'Brien, who shot the pictures, and who's a skydiver, and Scott Smith, who's like my kind of skydiving daddy. I mean, he's always teaches me how to do figures in the sky and all that. And that was really fun. I did 2 hot air balloon jumps. And it was my first time jumping with no helmet. So it was like, oh, I've never done that before. And then we did 4 skydiving jumps from an airplane.
You are such a badass. Tom Cruise is such a badass. I'm so happy you guys are in this. It's such an amazing treat to watch. What's a day at work like with Tom Cruise?
Oh my God, it always changes, So, oh, you mean when we're on set with him? It's amazing. He's, he's always ready to help. He's very funny. Sometimes we joke between takes, depending on how stressful the scene is. Sometimes we need to be laser focused. And he gathers an amazing crew. There's the best for the lighting, for the camera, the stunt department, and all that. So it makes you better, And
what are your hopes for the franchise? Because people are not going to want to let go. Canadians are not going to want to let go of this franchise.
I know. I love the franchise so much. I want this to never end. But, that doesn't depend on me,
It's surreal. I'm not taking any of this for granted. We've worked on it for so long. This is a film a franchise that I've watched since I was young. And when I got the call to be a part of it, I was like, oh, yeah, hell yeah, dreams come true. I'm living it.
Talk to me about working with Tom. What's an average day at work like with him? Does he like people on time? Is he funny?
He is one of the funniest people you will ever meet. He likes to play. He's a big kid. People don't realize that about Tom. They see the big action star and stuff like that, but he's childish. Tom is childish.
Now, this is called The Final Reckoning, but people are going to want more. Canadians are going to want more. Where would you like to see the franchise go in the future?
You really walk out of this franchise?
I don't know. What I want this movie to do is make more filmmakers want to make films on the big scale and encourage people to go back into cinema. So what do I want next for this franchise? I don't know. What I want for the industry is I want them to really support taking movies to the cinema.
What makes this franchise, this particular project, so incredible?
The writing, the acting, the action that's a part of it. It's never a dull moment, and you never know what's coming.
Talk to me about when you got the call and you realized you were going to be in Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning.
I had to play it cool, to be honest. But when I was alone, I jumped up and down. Like that 10-year-old Tramell just was beaming with joy. And I'm so glad it worked out.
I gotta tell you, I was watching it and I was like, oh my gosh, it's Tramell. One of my favorite parts was seeing you up there.
Oh, thank you.
You almost made me laugh so many times, but I realized, no, he's not trying to be funny. This is serious. But there's something about your energy that's just so electric and so inviting and so warm. So you brought a lot of joy during what was a pretty serious scene.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Christopher is a wonderful director, and I had an incredible scene partner. So it made the job easier.
I'd love to talk about Tom for a moment. We know him and love him as a movie star. I just got to talk to him, one of the nicest guys. What's a day at work like with him? I've heard he's funny and goofy, but he likes to be on time.
Oh, absolutely. He's 100% professional, and he's also very generous. He wants everyone to do well, and I appreciate that in a scene partner.
Good weather for an airplane sequence.
I know. When are you guys getting up there? We got to go.
Well, you know what? In the meantime, you can see it in this movie because we took months to put that sequence together, and boy, was that, I'll never forget it. I'll never forget all it took and how seasick or airsick I was at times, but how thrilling it is to be in the sky thousands of feet above the South African plain and the mountains with the greatest movie star of our time, if any time. I mean, I don't know any other actor who's done what Mr. Cruise has accomplished in this industry. He's really given and dedicated his life to films and the art. So I hope the audiences out there understand just how much he and McHugh care about their experience in a theater, and how much they really live to entertain, to thrill, to shock, and to basically make you feel. Movies should move you.
Well, it's fantastic because I'm, being involved in the first one, and then 25 years later being asked to be involved in 7 and now 8, and we don't know if this is the last one or not. It's called,
With Ethan Hunt, you never know.
Yeah, no, yes. It could be, it could be the penultimate reckoning. I don't know. It's a blast. People are great. They ask the most of you. They give you everything you need to provide the best that you have, and they treat you very well in the editing room.
Talk to me about when you got the call and you realized you were going to be a part of Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning.
I was in the middle of a lot of press, like a whole day, for a different movie, and they said you got a 5-minute call with McHugh. Gave me a call, said I was in the movie, and I was like, oh yay! I get to hang out with you guys. And then I just had to go on and work the rest of the day. So it was kind of strange, but and very casual, but really cool.
I watched the first 6 films being a fan and not knowing if I would ever be in one. So to be in one was amazing. To be in 2 is beyond.
What do you think makes this one so special? Because after chatting with Tom, after chatting with the cast, there's a little extra oomph when it comes to this particular project.
Well, it's because it's the culmination of so many things. For Tom and McHugh, for Ethan. Ethan has become a man through this process. We've watched that character grow into the person that he is, but he still has his core principles, and they just deepen and grow, and they get challenged more as each chapter unfolds, but he stands firm to what he believes in and what we've developed.
Press tour is like downhill skiing now. On this movie, it's great. It's a real victory lap. I mean, the last time we were promoting Dead Reckoning, we were halfway through shooting this, so you just had to go back to work the next day, and now I could take a nap.
I know you. Well, is that what you're looking forward to once this all wraps, taking a nap, or do you have other things on your list?
Between Top Gun Maverick and these 2 movies, it's been 7 years nonstop, unrelenting work. So, yeah, a nap would be nice. But I'm already working on the next thing.
I was going to say, I was like, you don't strike me as someone who ever presses pause for too long.
No, he's already got me working on another couple things.
Of course he does.
I love to press pause. He just keeps you going.
I asked him what he's looking forward to. He says, oh, probably flying my plane that I haven't flown in a little while. You know, just a casual day off.
He's got to fly his plane. He's got planes to jump out of. He's got all kinds of pilot certifications he's got to keep up. He's a very busy guy.